Hello, everyone. I decided to go live because Mikey apparently is installing Chrome to be here today. He just got a new computer. He promises he's going to be here in 30 seconds, but we can add him to the stream when he gets here. So no harm, no foul. Happy Thursday, everyone. It feels a little bit like a Friday to me, to be honest. I hope everyone is doing well. Oh my God, guys. We have so much to talk about today. We have so much to talk about. We have so much gossiping to do as soon as Mikey gets his computer in order. Okay, so trust me. Okay, so before he gets here, I have taken on the unofficial role at all of these walkaway rallies of being the official Mikey Wrangler. Because, guys, like, it is a chore to get Mike Harlow out the door into these rallies. It really is. So last week in Chicago, and maybe I can tell the story before he gets here and I get caught and I get in trouble. So last week we were in Chicago and we were both, I think, kind of like running late for the rally. And there were a lot of changes at the last minute. There was a lot of drama. Maybe we'll talk about it on the stream once he gets here. But there's a lot of drama leading right up until the moment the rally started. And so I'm trying to get Mikey out the door of his hotel room. And he's like, oh, wait, I just have to brush my teeth. Just wait. And so I was like, fine, Mikey, go brush your teeth. And then I hear this screech come out of the bathroom. He's like, ah! And it turns out Mikey had put concealer or something on his toothbrush. And he brushed his teeth basically with it. And so we ended up being late. But this is what I'm talking about, guys. These are the things that I do for all of you. Oh my God. But we're going to be in Dallas this week. It's going to be awesome. I'm pretty excited about it. I hope, do we have anyone from Dallas in the chat? Go ahead and chat in if you're planning on coming to the rally this weekend. Because I think, oh no, here he is. Mike,
hey,
you made it.
Sorry, I just got my new computer and it's a mess.
No, I totally understand. I didn't want to leave people waiting.
Totally.
How are you doing? How's your day?
Good, just trying to figure out how to use this damn MacBook.
Well, once you figure it out, you will never go back to a PC. I promise you. They're so much better.
It's awesome.
What have
you been up to?
Dude, like, this is like a crazy day. The American Psychological Association has gone pure woke. So apparently now...
What happened? I didn't hear about that.
Oh, yeah, I just did a video on it. It'll be up tomorrow on my channel. But essentially, they issued this big statement basically declaring that psychology is a tool of the white supremacy. I'm not kidding. And I was like, oh my God. And like, apparently all the resources of the American Psychological Association are now going to be directed at fighting white supremacy or some such nonsense.
What's their excuse for that?
Well, I mean, that was kind of the question I had. I was like, you guys have been around for a while. Why did we only just discover this if it's such a big deal and such an earth-shattering thing? Like, it's not like the APA is new. But no, they're pandering. They're doing what the APA does best. Thank God I don't really have to deal with the APA, so I'm pretty excited about that. But I sent it off to a few psychologists, and they were just like shaking my head, like, can't. Because the thing about it is, like, why this is so nefarious, and I know this is not the topic that we necessarily intended to talk about.
No, I want to hear about it.
But the APA is the thing that accredits psychology programs in schools. And so if you do not go to an APA accredited program and you want to be a clinician, someone who actually has to have a license, then you're fucked. Like, you are totally, well, but I'm trying to stop swearing as much on these streams, but like, whatever, like, you
better not have me on that.
Well, you know, whatever, it is what it is. We're going to give it our best effort, but we make no guarantees. No, but if you go to a non-APA accredited program, you basically cannot get licensed as a psychologist. Now, like, I'm lucky because I don't have to be licensed to do the type of psychology that I do. It's just like business psychology. But like, if you're counseling people or if you're in more of like a clinical role, you do have to be licensed to practice. And so the APA is now basically sent a giant signal to all the colleges out there that have psychology programs that your psychology programs will be woke.
Oh God, I can't. I
know, like, this is crazy. And then yesterday we discovered that autopsies are a tool of the white supremacy.
You sent me that.
because they get white people off from committing crimes. Apparently, apparently that's the logic. Is autopsies are a tool of the white supremacy because white people, when they go on trial for committing crimes, demand that there's an autopsy, and then they use the autopsy results to get the white people off from those crimes. I'm not making this up.
Well, what's really scary with the other thing that you mentioned is, think about it. If somebody goes to a psychologist because they need help or they're going through things, then being told by that psychologist, you're just a racist, you're a Nazi, you're a horrible person.
Yeah, no, it's bad. And I got to tell you, like, I get so many emails all the time from people who are like, Karlyn, where can I find a non-woke psychologist? I need someone to talk to my kid that's not woke. And I honestly have no idea. I really don't. I don't know where to send them because I'm, again, not like in the clinical space.
That's what's scary, is how this is infected every possible thing in the world.
Everything. It is
There's
infected.
no avenue that it hasn't seeped into.
No, it is insanity. But you know what the thing is? I almost feel like Tim Pool tweeted something today about, I don't know. He tweeted something about something, like, as he does. And, it reminded me that I almost think like we're seeing the last struggling breath of this before the election. It's called, in psychology, this is called the extinction burst. Essentially, it's like when something is dying, that it is going to go out with a fight. It's going to go out kicking and screaming and banging and knocking things over because it's dying and it doesn't want to die. And I kind of almost feel like that's what we're in right now.
That's possible. I hope that that's what it is. I hope, but I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of it depends on what happens with this election, because in terms of the peace of our country, there really is no good outcome. Because if Biden wins, then you're giving these people the keys to the kingdom. You're giving them power. And if Trump wins, they're going to burn the fucking country to the ground. Shit, sorry, I said
that's okay. Whatever. We won't have to follow the non-swearing rule. But no, I totally agree. Like, I definitely think that Trump is going to win based on everything I've seen.
Oh, sorry, I got to plug my computer in. I didn't realize I didn't. 1 second.
Fine.
1 second.
Fine. So you guys see what I'm dealing with here? You guys see what I'm dealing? I'm not. See, this is every week. Every week. I'm not making this up. Every week. I love him, but Mikey, how long does it take to plug in a computer?
I'm getting the cord.
Okay.
I got it.
Oh, good. Okay. So I'll answer a question while you're doing that. DG asked in the chat, when are you coming to Portland?
About me.
I was definitely not talking shit about you. That absolutely never happens. Mm-hmm. So we have a question in the chat, Mikey. They want to know when we're coming to Portland, and I say no to Portland.
I thought you guys liked us. What do you want us to get killed?
No, you don't want to get us to get killed. Like, no. And I think
do you live in Portland? Whoever's asking that.
Dude, like, and I think that they were actually thinking about doing something in Portland, and they're welcome to go and do it. I'm not going.
Oh, you're not going to be able to resist.
No,
it's funny though, because sorry.
Go ahead. I was going to say I demand extra security. I demand a personal security guard if I'm going to go to Portland. I swear.
It's funny. I was hanging out with my dad the other day, and I was telling him about Portland and how I am never going to Portland. And literally, like 10 minutes later, Karlyn texts me, "Would you ever go to Portland?" I was like, "Well, no," but now that you mention it,
yeah, exactly. Oh my God. So we'll see. But Maggie, we are going to Dallas.
I'm so excited. I've never been to Texas before.
It's going to be great. So I've actually never been to Dallas. I've been to Fort Worth before, but I've never been to Dallas. They're basically in the same like general vicinity. So I kind of felt like they were always the same, but I don't know. I mean, I've never been to Dallas, so maybe it's completely different than Fort Worth. Fort Worth was very unexciting, to be honest, when I was there.
Really? Yeah, I've never been anywhere in Texas, so I'm just excited to see it. I want us to go shoot things. Yeah. Well, none of us ever have.
No, I was thinking
Karlyn hasn't. Brandon hasn't.
None of us have ever gone to ranges and shot guns. Blair has. But I think, we might actually be able to do it on Saturday though, because the march and the rally is early.
Is it?
Right? I think it's at like 10:30 or something in the morning. So we're going to have to get up early on Saturday, which I'm not necessarily a fan of, but we're going to have time in the afternoon, so we may be able to go shoot guns.
Let's do it.
Let's see. Maddie has a...
Hey, Maddie!
Maddie says, how do you feel about the Proud Boys going? I feel like it's playing into the left's hands.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's like, why? What is going to be achieved?
Yeah, that's why I'm not really a fan of them. Yeah, I don't know. They've got brass balls. You got to say that. But it seems like they're. I mean, I hope for them they're heavily armed.
I
Someone's gonna
don't even know what to say.
Though someone's gonna be killed.
Yeah. I mean, someone already has been killed.
Well, and it's anyone's. I think the thing with that shooting was anyone surprised by it? Were you?
I was not surprised.
Happened more.
I guess I wasn't surprised. I think for me, it was like when it happened and when I saw the reaction of like my old friends. I think it was more for me, just it kind of smacked me in the face with the realization that people who I used to call family would have no problem with me getting shot in the middle of the street for wearing a MAGA mask. That was the thing that shocked me.
No, yeah, I knew that. When Brandon and Libby and I were accosted after the RNC with these people screaming anti-gay slurs at us, this friend of mine that used to be a very close friend of mine since I was like 15 wrote this whole post about how I deserved it and I had it coming, and so yeah.
Oh my God, I gotta tell you, Mikey, and we'll talk about the RNC a little bit more for people who want to hear like the good parts about it too, because it honestly looked like it was an awesome night up until that point. But I gotta tell you, like one of my former friends that I had hoped at some point she would come around and at least not hate me. Right? All I was going for was like not hate me, because this is someone I was very close to. I've literally been to this person's grandmother's house. That's how close I was to this person. And she was laughing and celebrating what happened to you. And I got to tell you, I was seething. Like I have never been seething before. I actually even recorded like a really angry video to her that I was going to put on my channel, where I was, because that's like the only way I can communicate with them at this point, because they all stalk my channel. And I ended up not posting it, but I have not been that angry in recent memory. And Joshua actually had to call me and calm me down, because I was just like, I was done. I was like, these people are awful. I mean, it's just like awful. I just don't understand. Like let's throw all your principles out the window because someone's voting for someone that you don't like.
But it's not even about if you vote for him, because I wasn't really like a Trump supporter until like the past year or so, and I wasn't really like vocally supporting him until the past like month maybe. So, and this whole time that I was saying I'm not a Trump supporter, I didn't vote for him, I don't know who I'm voting for, it made no difference. So Trump supporter is just the term that they use to designate you one of the bad people.
Exactly. It's like not like us.
Nothing to do with. Yeah, exactly. Which is why I in a way feel like it doesn't matter, and I might as well just be totally honest and open with my views, because it wouldn't matter even if I tried to like, pretend to be some fence sitter.
Well, and I wasn't even sure for a long time if I was going to vote for Trump. And then I kind of leaned into it because I was so pissed at the Democrats. Yeah. And now I'm just like I am completely on board with Trump at this point. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. Trump can do whatever the hell he wants. I don't care. I will support him in this election. I will crawl through glass to make sure as many people vote for him as absolutely possible. So I'm spending all the weekends doing the rallies with you and you guys,
Well, we were during Trump's speech when Brandon and I were at the RNC, Brandon turned to me and he said, he was like, now are you on the Trump train? And I was just like, choo choo, motherfucker.
Yes, Brandon was very excited when I tweeted about how much I hated them the other day. He was like, oh, look at you. Cemetery of Choice says, Dallas has the Half Price Books flagship store. It's a bibliophile's wet dream. I have a couple. Oh, Mikey, look who's here. Adam!
Hey, what up, dude? Our boy,
our walk away boy.
I love him. I want to get a shirt made, Team Adam.
No, I definitely want the Team Adam shirt. I'm just gonna say it publicly because whatever. I don't really care. We basically decided that like Mikey and I have basically decided that me, him, and Adam are the only authentic people on the internet. There are many people that I love and respect, but we are the only authentic people on the internet.
I love it. He's amazing. I was so excited to meet him in Philly.
No, I think he's awesome, and I'm excited to see. Like, you're going on his channel, right?
I'm going on his channel.
Yeah. What are you going?
He said when you guys were on the other night, he was like, "Oh, well, I'm sure you had more exciting things to do, like the White House." I was like, they're pretty like on par for me because I am ridiculously excited to go on his show.
No, you guys are gonna have a great time. Esmeralda says, I walked away in June. Dallas is my first rally. Yay! Yay! Hope to meet you on Saturday.
What's her name?
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda, we can't wait to meet you.
That's a great name, too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted. Mike is coming on my show on Wednesday. Yay, yay, yay.
Thank you, Adam. I'm so excited.
Me too. I just got a weird text from someone. If you have a moment, I'd like to bring something to your attention in case you are unaware. Huh. That's a weird text.
Weird message.
That's like so cryptic, and it's from a number that's not saved in my phone, too.
Oh, wait, you're never saved in your phone.
Well, here's the thing. Like, my phone is all 9 levels of messed up right now. So, like, half of my contacts that I had got deleted somehow. So I get random texts all the time from people that I don't know what they're not. Like, I don't know who it is. And then I look in the text history and I'm like, oh, that's Mikey text. Like, why the hell isn't Mikey's contact information in my phone?
Saved.
So, well, I have it saved. Just like my phone cleared the contact information for some reason.
How else? Know who's texting you all the time? I'm running 10 minutes late.
Well, I always know that for sure. So let's see. Who else is going to be in Dallas this weekend? Let's see. I actually have the thing here. Let me see.
Shamika,
there we go. Yeah. You know who I'm really excited to meet? He's not as like well known as like the others, but Dr. Cordy Williams. Do you know who that is?
I didn't, but he was really nice to me on Instagram, so now I'm excited to meet him.
Well,
that, like, you're nice to me once, I'm your best friend.
No, you know who he is? Do you remember back when the lockdowns first started and there was like a reopen protest in front of the governor's the state house or something in Sacramento, and the protesters were there, and then there was like a line of cops that all had clubs and they were kind of like closing in on the protesters, and it like almost looked like they were going to go after them. And then this Marine gets up on like the car and he talked them down.
That's him?
And that's him.
Oh my God.
Right, exactly. I didn't know he was first either, and then I realized, I was like, "Holy crap!" Like, I totally want to meet that guy.
I didn't know that. Oh, I'm so excited! Yeah, this is an epic lineup.
No, this is amazing. It's going to be insane, and I hope so many people are going to be there.
JC, David Harris. I've never met her. I've actually never met David Harris Jr.
I've been on his show, and I was with did something with Glenn Beck with him too. But yeah, we've got so many awesome people for the rally. Guys, go to Walk here. I'll even, if you're in the Dallas area, I'll even tweet in the link in the chat so you guys know where to go to register, because I'm shamelessly shilling for people to get to the rally.
I can't tweet.
Well, you can chat stuff in anyway. No, the rally is going to be awesome. They're always a good time. And guys, just so like, I have to say this every time, because this is always the first thing you guys say is, well, Karlyn, I don't feel safe coming. Mikey, has there been any violence at any of the rallies?
Zero.
None.
Stop it with that shit.
Zero. Not even in Baltimore, right?
No, stop it with that shit. We have security. We've got your backs. Stop it.
Yeah. In fact, we actually had the last rally, we had Black Lives Matters protesters there, and it actually made it so much more fun, didn't it? What did you think?
It was so awesome. It was like a Greek tragedy and a Greek comedy. It was like a sideshow, and it was so great.
No, it was. I remember like when because there was a march before the rally and we were late, and so we walked up to the march and we see, and it was not my responsibility that we were late, for the record. And
was it mine?
You brush your teeth with concealer.
Oh, I did. Oops.
But we walked up to the bar, and there was like walk away on one side of the street and Black Lives Matter on the other side of the street. They were just yelling back and forth, and Brandon was like running around with his megaphone, and it made it more fun. I thought it was like we had adversaries.
You know what's funny too is so what these people do, they did this the night before too during Trump's speech, but what they do is they'll blow on whistles and they'll bang on drums so that no one can hear what you're saying. I mean, you know, we make sure we have good sound systems so you'll still hear us. But it just says so much because what are they so afraid of? You know, I would think that if we are the ones who are so wrong and stupid and evil, wouldn't they want everyone to hear us so we could just make ourselves look bad? And
exactly.
But, and you know what's funny, though? I was watching, a friend filmed my speech that I gave. And once I started talking about how we were attacked at the RNC, they started banging the drum louder. They were like, they really don't want anyone to hear this part.
Yeah, you don't want to hear about how... definitely don't want to... Go ahead.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
Well, then again, when I was talking about Biden's record and things he's done, don't want to hear that part.
Oh my God, they were loud my entire... Like, I couldn't even hear myself, but I think the crowd could hear me.
Oh, hell
so that
yeah.
was okay. But I couldn't even hear myself while I was up there. Yeah, I mean, Black Lives Matter definitely doesn't want to keep, have people hear about how Black Lives Matter activists attack and belittle gay men for walking down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
It was crazy. Also, I realized I don't think I posted this picture. I feel like I just forgot. But when we went back to the hotel, they had to like lock down the hotel. It was surrounded. The protesters like just barricaded the hotel. They needed like 500 cops screaming all night. And by the way, it drives me crazy how people keep calling them protesters. I'm like, what are you protesting? People going to sleep in their jammies?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I'll show you this. Look, this is insane. This is from, let me find it. This is from my hotel window at maybe like 2 a.m.
That's crazy.
That's Trump wasn't staying there. No one was staying there. It's people going to sleep at a hotel. And this is what it takes to go listen to the president of the United States speak. This is what it takes.
That's crazy. Well, now they're going to people's, and I want to hear about your full RNC experience in a second. I want to do some super chats, but there was a video that came out today. Jack Posobiec tweeted it. I'm pretty sure this was in DC. They tried to go to the mayor's house in DC, and they kind of blocked it off. So they started going to the neighbors' houses and banging on the doors at 2 a.m. of her neighbors' houses and saying, "Are you aware that your mayors are Sean blah 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 XYZ?"
Mayor's a radical leftist.
And the residents started shouting at them. They were like, "It's 2 a.m. Go home. Get off my lawn." They were not happy.
No, it's insane. They wouldn't even let me go outside the hotel to have a cigarette. It was crazy.
Wow. That's probably for the best. Nora says, "Come to Portland. We need a rally here in Oregon." Oh, we'll see, man.
I love her.
Again, like I'm gonna need some convincing to go to Portland.
I'll be the convincing.
Jesus Christ. You guys are going to get me killed.
Hey, Tatiana. I love her.
Tatiana. Glad you're okay, Mikey. You two be safe out there. Love you both. Two strong voices. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Mikey's in charge of protecting me. No,
not you. I'll fight the bitch. Like yelling my face. I'll fight a bitch.
When is the Let's Keep Going fan club meetup happening, and where in New England is it going to be? We'll see, man. That's so. Let's Keep Going is something I just like say in all my videos when I tend to read things and I go on a rant about what I'm reading, and then when I say Let's Keep Going, and it started as a complete accident, and now it's like a helpful transition, to be honest. Like I can go from ranting to like saying, going back to my thing in a second. I have a new tie-dye Let's Keep Going t-shirt in my store that Teespring made for me that I'm very excited about. Can
I tell you what just happened, by the way, real quick? Sorry.
What?
Anecdote. So yeah. I get an email today from someone who wants to like be a sponsor on my channel, wants to like do an ad for them or something, right? Awesome. So I'm like, oh, that's amazing. What's it for? Supplements that make you shit. Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
Oh my God. So I actually
they should have Shamika do it. She can be like, you ain't shit, but you can if you have some capsules of, it's called like,
Shamika would be awesome at that. Shamika's awesome at everything. So I actually am like, I might like, well, I'm gonna start doing like those affiliate ads on my channel. Sorry guys, like I just want to experiment with it and see what works, and I get to try free stuff. But so I was looking through the offers with the company I'm working with for this, and they wanted me to do some like skincare, like that they get a free thing there that I've been like taking. Yeah, they sent me like the skincare stuff. It's actually really good, and I've been enjoying it because I told them I wasn't going to shill for anything that I didn't like. Yes. So I had to try first to make sure that I liked it. And if I liked it, I would shill for it. But one of the offers they have, Mikey, it's a Republican versus Democrat chess set. And so the king is Donald Trump on the Republican side.
That's kind of awesome. I know.
I said the same thing. I was looking through. I was like, oh my God, send me that chess set. Send me that chess set.
Yeah, I want one. I should get that.
You should. But I want to hear about the RNC, because like this was awesome. You were featured at the RNC and you got to go to the White House and be there for Trump's speech. And you were like in like the 6th row or something right in front of him. You had amazing seats. Tell us about this experience.
How crazy is that? So maybe 3-4 weeks ago, I got a call to go to Florida to film a video for the Trump campaign. So it was awesome. I went there. Libby was in it. Shamika was in it. Linda was in it, a bunch of our people. And it was really fun. I shot it the whole day. It was like a 3-hour interview. They cut it down like very short. I feel like they didn't show any of like the cool shit I said. But what was really cool though is like, you know, I always feel like I kind of need to like prove myself everything I do, because I always feel like, who the hell am I? Like, why should anyone care what I have to say? So it was really, I don't know how to say this without sounding like I'm shooting my own horn, but they were also complimentary to me when I filmed it and were so nice. Like they asked me, like a couple people were like, oh, where'd you get your political science degree from? I'm like, I dropped out of high school. Like, so to go from like a high school dropout to the White House is just crazy. And they're all, and I gotta say, all the people who work on his campaign are just like the nicest freaking people. They are so cool. So like a day or two maybe before the convention, they called me and invited me to the White House. And I got to go, how crazy is that?
That's insane.
And actually something that really meant a lot to me was a couple nights ago, one of the people who's like one of the heads of his campaign, she called me and she was saying about how like she was like very emotional when she called. She was like, her brother is gay, and like she was like, just a few years ago Republicans wouldn't even acknowledge gay people, and now I'm so proud of you and all of you, like all these amazing things. You're like, you're really changing the face of the Republican Party and changing the party. And so that really meant a lot to me. That was awesome.
Well, and that's one of the things I said too, because I remember when the speaker list came out for the RNC, I was kind of pissed that Brandon wasn't on it, to be honest, because Brandon has worked so hard, and like Scott Pressler too. Like Scott Pressler absolutely should have spoken at the RNC.
Both of them should have.
Both of them. And what was actually really amazing to me was watching the reaction on Twitter and seeing these Republicans and conservatives demand that these 2 gay men be included in their convention. I was like, this is like the Twilight Zone. I never would have thought, like 20 years ago, like that this would be the reality today. There would be the Republicans demanding that there's more gay men at their convention, and the Democrats are the ones that are attacking you guys. Like, it's crazy. Yep.
And I think something. Oh, which also, by the way, it was the most amazing night ever. It was crazy because they were playing before Trump spoke. They had like huge screens that they were playing the convention on. So when my video came on that I did, it was so crazy afterwards. Everyone like was clapping and looking at me. It was crazy. It was like, I never got to go to the prom, so this was like the prom.
What was that like to like watch your video surrounded by like all these dignitaries?
It was
like,
embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Like anyone was like sitting within inches of me. Kellyanne Conway, Giuliani, Mike Huckabee, like everyone. It was crazy. But
amazing.
What I was going to say, though, is I think it proved a very important point afterwards in that. So we were immediately accosted the moment we walked out. There were people waiting for us. So there were these two, there amongst many people who were screaming, there were these 2 beta gays, is what I would call them. Just those bitchy, catty, you know, those types. So they're screaming at me, "You hate yourself. You're self-hating. That's the only line they have. I'm like, okay. I was like, no, I love myself. It's you I could kind of take or leave.
Yeah, for real.
But so they're just screaming at me, self-hating. And it's funny. So they took everyone's lighters when we went in because they have a lot of security. So you weren't allowed to have lighters there. So I came out and I'm like, oh, I want a cigarette. So I saw you smoking. So the guy's screaming in my face, calling me self-hating. I was like, yeah, I hate myself, but can I use your lighter? And he literally took it and threw it in the fucking sewer. I'm like, okay, well, that's like...
That really showed you.
75 cents for you. Like, sucks for you. But so anyway, though, so they're screaming, I hate myself, I'm self-hating, whatever. 10 minutes later, you know, you guys all know what happened. We were accosted by these people screaming in our face, putting their fists in my face. They hit Libby. They threw drink on Brandon. They spit on me. They're screaming, saying all this anti-gay shit. So let me get this straight. Either I join sides and support the people who degrade me, dehumanize me, spit on me, and call me a with their fists in my face.
You're determined to have this live stream demonetized, aren't you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll edit it out later. It's cool.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that's the mentality that they have,
or
right?
I hate myself. If I don't support these people, I hate myself.
Obviously.
You have to hate yourself to support them.
No, I mean, I completely agree. I mean, so Esmeralda here says, I was bothered Brandon was not on it either. Thank you for the super chat. No, I completely agree. Like, this is all about, like, these people have no self-esteem at all. You can tell just by the way they carry themselves. And this is not like, you can have self-esteem and look any certain way, right? Because it's just all about confidence. It's how you project, right? You can tell by how they carry themselves, what they do to themselves, how they I mean, it's just like everything about them screams, I have no self-esteem. And they are determined to pull everyone else down with them. These people are insane.
They're hideous, first of all. And I don't say that in a shallow way or in a looks way, because there are all sorts of people, different types of who look different certain ways, but their inner beauty shines through, and it's these people that it's their inner ugliness, and they're just such ugly people on the inside that the outside is an extension of that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
They're miserable people on earth.
Maddie says, I can't believe they spat on you. I'd rather someone punch me in the face than spit on me.
Same, because then I could fucking punch them back. That's what, well, even then in this case, I don't know. That's what sucks is like, there was only one time in my life that someone called me the word the
F word.
I hate when people say that word. I had like grabbed my shoulder and shit. I was brought up on assault charges and had to go to court because I beat the shit out of him. So standing there being spit on, having fists in my face, having them hit my friends, and not being able to do anything, and knowing that I cannot fight back to a black woman. I'm going to hit a black woman back or spit back at a black woman. And then that's all they'll show. They'll cut that piece out. It'll be international news, the racist Nazi hate crime. So it's very difficult knowing that you have to just take it. And
right.
Even if you do, then they're still the victims. It's insane.
And Brandon said this too, I think, on Tucker. He talked about how like these people are convinced that they're victims when they're victimizing actively other people.
Yeah. And let me tell you guys, I don't know if you guys watching it, I don't know if a lot of you maybe haven't experienced this and haven't witnessed these people, but let me tell you, and it's not just these specific people. It's time after time after time. The people protesting us in New York, the people protesting us in Chicago and DC. Every time, I've never in my entire life seen such utter hate. And like the hate that is in their eyes is palpable. And like, you know, I've been through my fair share of things in life that I've been mugged, I've been attacked, I've been assaulted, whatever. Cool. We survived. Even all of those people who did those things, I did not see the level of hate and dehumanization that I see in these people. It's not about politics anymore. This is not about politics. I almost wonder how this happened, that it's become, the leftist activism has sort of become a place for mentally unwell, disturbed people to gather and be told that their instability is virtuous.
Yeah. And I mean, and even it becomes like part of who they are. I mean, you see these profiles, they put like, I'm depressed, I suffer with this, I suffer with that. So they're internalizing it. And that is the saddest thing of all for me, to be really honest, because these things are things that you can fix. A lot of them, maybe not all of them. Yeah, and overcome. And you live a much better, happier, more fulfilled life if you do that. And convincing people that these that these issues are just part of who they are and they can't do anything about it. It just boggles my mind. I used to have this conversation with my old friends all the time because a lot of them, they struggle with depression and they struggle with anxiety. And I would try to tell them, I'd be like, well, I have too, and meditation really helped me, or this really helped me, and that really helped me. And it was just always like, no, Karlyn, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to do it. I'm like, it won't work for me. I can't do it. I'm like, well, why wouldn't you try? Like, why? But they had already started getting indoctrinated into this. Yeah, they might lose
victim points.
That's exactly it.
People are, I mean, they are truly psychotic.
No, they really are, and it's terrible. One of the things that was striking to me about the statement from the American Psychological Association was that I don't remember exactly the wording that they used, but they suggested that we should follow the protesters, or the protesters are leading, and I was like, you are mental health professionals. These people are not mentally healthy. And even research tells us that they are significantly more likely to have any number of mental illnesses, people on the left than people on the right. Why are we playing into this? It just makes absolutely no sense.
They're absolutely psychotic. And the thing is, like, they don't know anything. I mean, look at these people screaming at Rand Paul about Breonna Taylor, having no clue that he wrote the Justice for Breonna Taylor Act, and they don't care. You can tell them that and they'll still be screaming in his face. He's still one of the bad people. It doesn't matter to them. They're robotic. It's creepy.
Let's see.
I sort of think about. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I sort of think about how this happened, and what I go back to is that I blame the media and also Democrats, because these people have been told, we are living under fascism. We have this Nazi, Hitler-esque dictator. He's putting people in concentration camps. He's putting children in cages. This is fascism. Speech is violence. You are under attack. How do you think people are going to respond?
Right. No, exactly.
Because they truly believe that. They don't know anything about policies. They don't know. I mean, that's the thing. Because like an idiot, I try to talk to these people, and there's no talking to them. I mean, talking to a road cone. So I try to talk to them, and because I genuinely want to know why they are advocating voting for somebody who created all of the systems that they're protesting against. Mm-hmm. They don't know that. They don't care. Because
go ahead,
in-group, out-group. They're part of the in-group, and they need to hate on the out-group.
And did you watch Joe Biden's speech at all today in the church in Kenosha?
Oh God, he gave a speech today? No, I've been running around today.
This thing, it was painful to watch, but and maybe we can talk about that in a minute. But like, I was like, you were in Washington for 50 years, and all of a sudden you just discovered that there's massive systemic racism that you had no idea about for all these years, and it's a real thing, and this is the only thing we're going to campaign on. Are you kidding me? Why? Like,
it's like how all these people woke up one day like 5 years ago and decided that they're black.
Exactly. It's exactly it.
They're black.
That's exactly it. Paul says, the silent march in D.C., worried about how wife and I will be treated at restaurants for meals in Trump attire. Is that paranoid? Can't wait, though. We have stage seats for the Women's Town Hall. Yay! Yeah, and Mikey and I will both be there, of course. I can't wait. Now, I think that D.C. is actually one of the few places where people cannot discriminate against you for your politics.
Yeah, you're right. Ooh.
I think that's like the only place.
Also, we've got your back. Anyone comes after you, like, you tell us.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, let me tell you guys. Okay, so I used to feel like, even after I liked Trump, I used to be like, oh, I'm not going to wear the hat. Like, I don't believe in having loyalty to politicians. And like, but this is a different circumstance. So I'm going to give myself a pass on this. Because they gave me this awesome gift bag when I shot the RNC video. And they gave me this awesome hat. I don't know if they even sell it. It's like blue and gold. And I love it. I'm wearing it everywhere. And it reminded me of what Kanye West said, that wearing the hat isn't even about Trump. It represents, you will not tell me what to do. You will not tell me what to think. You will not tell me who I can vote for. And, you people may be bullies, but you will not be bullying me. So that's why I have been wearing it.
Yeah. It's an awesome hat.
I love it. Let me tell you guys, though, I swear to God, people keep stopping me when I'm wearing this, complimenting me. It has been like 99.9% positive. And out of every single person who stopped me, I would say like 90% of them have been Black or Hispanic.
That's amazing.
And I'm in New York. The other day I was doing laundry and the guy sweeping the floors stopped me and was giving me like thumbs up. He's like, Trump.
And that was the same with my MAGA mask at first when I first started wearing it. It was just, it was only intended to be a giant middle finger to the Karens that were forcing me to go through the absurd exercise. And I wanted to basically like walk through Whole Foods wearing this mask and have no one be able to tell me to stop because I was very annoyed at them. And then, and especially after what happened to me at the hotel, I was like, I don't even care anymore. Like, you guys can go shove it. Like, I will wear this if I want to wear it. It's my choice. It's not even about Trump at this point. It's like the principle of the matter.
Yep. Be careful you don't get evicted from this stream.
Who knows? You've used the F word enough, so who knows? Brayden says, keep spreading the truth. Thank you, Brayden. Let's see. I hate how StreamYard makes it so difficult to find the super chats. They got to fix that. Tatiana says, they're so brainwashed and hateful. It's scary. They really believe that we should all be dead. It's sad. It hurts my heart so much. They really do. And not all of them. And I think it's important to say that. Not all of them. I think that a very extreme minority believe that. Most people... listen, like the media has brainwashed so many people. I fault the media. This is a creation entirely of the media's making. And the Democrats are taking advantage of it because that's what they do. But this is the media.
I would disagree a little bit lately because I've always been ardent in I will never judge someone for being a leftist. I will never whatever. And also saying like, oh, it's not all of them. It's not all of them. Right. Even though I've been kind of screwed a lot of times in my refusal to assume that that's how someone would be because they always are. But I don't know. Lately, I'm feeling like, especially after with this shit that just happened, I want to say that it's not all. I really want to believe that it's not all. I know it's not all. But I don't know one who will speak up against any of this. I don't know one who would see what happened to me and Brandon and say, oh, that's wrong. Even the slightest little thing like that. So I feel like if you're not going to stand up against things like that, are you really any better? Because the thing is, if it were reversed, if somebody were being attacked or someone with violence or racism or anything like that from somebody who was like with us, I would be the loudest person screaming against it. And the thing is, the ones who aren't like that, I guess, they live in fear of these people. Everyone is so afraid of them. So it's like the tail wagging the dog.
No, I totally agree. And I actually even have gotten like I've said things to people when they've gotten out of line and I'm like, no, you need to stop. Like stop saying that crap because it doesn't help anything. And it misses the entire point of what we're trying to do. So Marsh has a question, and this is probably a pretty basic question that people are wondering. Sorry, can you explain what hashtag walkaway is? Mikey, you actually shot the original walkaway video. So tell us what walkaway is.
Oh God, we should have like a little animated musical video that like Schoolhouse Rock that explains it to people. Walkaway is people of all different backgrounds, ideologies, views, religions, races, ages, everything, young, old, you name it, walking away from the radical left and the Democratic Party to wherever they desire, become a Republican, become an independent, become whatever the hell you want, just anywhere but here. That's the thing when they say, so a lot of people love to say to us, oh, you're walking away. Where are you walking to? That's their big gotcha, they think. And I feel like it's sort of like asking like a battered wife, oh, you're going to leave him? Well, where are you going to go? Bitch, anywhere but here.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really good analogy. And it's funny you say that because I was just having a conversation with someone in my locals community earlier where he says the same thing. And I'm going to get him on this channel and we're going to talk about it. But he says this is like being in an abusive relationship. And I think he's absolutely right. Yeah.
you could look at so many things they do, and it lines up perfectly with the behavior of abusers. Especially like what they try to do with gay people is that, oh, well, we did this one thing for you one time, which, you know, they were against gay rights their entire careers until the moment that it was polling at 51%. At the 11th hour, they jumped on board and they want to hold that against us our entire lives. But that's literally the mentality of an abuser, that you owe somebody the rest of your life just because they did one nice thing for you sometime. You don't owe anyone a damn thing.
And I just want to just like, I mean, I guess back up what you're saying, because when I joined Walkaway, when I originally decided to leave the Democrats, I was not planning on voting for Trump. And I'm still not a Republican. Like I'm not going to join the Republican Party. I don't have to in my state. But I was adamant. I did a video about my original Walkaway story, I think like a couple of weeks ago. And I said it, I'm like, I'm not voting for Trump. And I remember when I posted it in the group, everyone was like, you're going to vote for Trump. And I was like, no, I'm not.
Same.
And they were right.
Yeah, same.
So no, you don't have, go ahead.
Oh, I was too. In my state, you can't vote in a primary unless you're a Republican or Democrat. So I registered. I feel like I identify as an independent, but I'm a Republican now. And somebody actually asked me the other day, they're like, if you could be either way in your state, would you be an independent or would you still register Republican? And initially I instinctively just said, oh no, I'd be an independent. But then I thought about it for a second and I was like, no, never mind. I changed my mind. I am a Republican by choice now. And the reason for that is not because the Republican Party is great, because we all know that ain't true. But I think there are basically two different Republican parties right now. And I want to be part of steering them in the direction that I think is best for them and for the country.
Wow, you're doing the Lord's work, because I refuse. I think that both parties are two sides of the same coin. I think they're both like certain levels of insanity. If the Republican Party continues to change and, you know, God willing, Donald Trump gets elected and he keeps working his magic, because I believe that Trump is basically a third party candidate. Oh, yeah. I think he's a third party candidate that is like functioning like in the Republican Party, but he's created a third party. But
they've all had to adapt to that, which is what I like.
Yes, I agree. Joe Biden riot bail fund is full. So here, thank you, Solo. I appreciate that. Oh gosh, you guys are so like, thank you guys so much for the super chats. Really, really appreciate it. Hang on. I gotta make sure. I think I missed some, guys. I'm sorry if I missed your super chat. I think I saw one from Chrissy that just disappeared off my screen. Maddie wants to know, how are things going in NYC? Is it still bad?
Miserable.
How are things going?
Well, I'm sort of lucky in that my neighborhood is a little bit removed from all the insanity, like the violence and rioting and shit. I live in a very nice, safe area. But it's horrible. It's miserable. Everything is closed. Everyone wears masks. Everyone looks down. Everyone avoids each other. It's just depressing. And I think what I used to love so much about New York is that it had such an energy. Like, you could just go on a walk and like 10 crazy things would happen to you and you'd have a million stories every day to tell. There's none of that anymore. It just feels dead. There's no energy. It's like the Jeb Bush of cities right now. It's miserable.
It's just so depressing. And I've never been that big of a fan of New York anyway, but it just seems to me like this whole city is just dying from this whole thing. Like the city is dying, and I don't think it's going to come back.
Before that, because that's the thing. If it were just this, it could come back. Maybe it's a boatload of things. If it were only this, maybe it could. But this has been happening for years, and the reason that I don't see a lot of hope also is that there's no opposition to it. The Republican Party here is useless. They do nothing. Oh God, I could rant about this for now. They do nothing. There's no opposition. I've never in my life met one single person who likes de Blasio, and he was reelected with 70% of the vote. Because Republicans do nothing. They don't try. And I can't stand when people just talk shit about AOC. And obviously I share their feelings, but it's like, I can't say anything about her in that way because I only wish that Republicans would try a tenth as hard to win their elections as she tried in hers.
Yeah, because you've talked about, like, you saw her around, like, way before she got elected, right?
All the time. So I can't, like, I think she's insane, but I can't fault her for that when she's actually trying and my party is sitting on their thumbs. It's maddening.
Aaron says, here, Mike, I love you. I still think you should run for office.
Oh,
you know,
that's crazy.
You spoke at the RNC, Mikey. You're in this now. Come on.
So did Clint Eastwood. I'm going to talk to a chair.
Mars says, thank you for answering my question. I've been a conservative my whole life, so guess I'm not a walkaway, but I find y'all intriguing and I support you. I agree. Old school GOP ain't great. Love Trump's vision, though. So what you should know, if you're a Republican or you're a conservative and you've never been a Democrat like I have been, you can still join the walkaway group. Like, go join the walkaway group on Facebook, and there's a whole bunch of people in there who are like walk-wids rather than walk away. And you're going to get to meet so many people. There was an amazing walk away story that I want to do a video about. I don't know if you saw this in the group, but like everyone was tagging me in it, of this woman who basically, like, I think she's like a lesbian and she was like always a Democrat. Like, it was so similar to my story. Like, always, except I'm not a lesbian, guys. Stop spreading rumors. Fake news. But she had like a very similar story to me in terms of like, she'd always been a Democrat. It never even occurred to her not to be a Democrat, but she saw what was going on with like the Democrats not pushing back against the relief package, the original one that they wanted to pass, and then the rioting and the Democrats backing that. And she was like, I've had enough. I'm going. So you'll see so many great stories in the walkaway group.
Oh God, I'm getting hate from somebody I used to know years ago. On my pictures, wow, how could you?
How could you go to the White House? Oh my God, how dare you?
Crazy to me. These people are super, because honestly, if you compare their records, there's no decision to be made. It's not even close. I don't understand.
No, it's not even close. Biden can barely speak. Biden can okay, so let's talk about Biden's speech. I watched about like 5 or 6 minutes of it, and that was enough for me. But so it was today, like the one today in Kenosha. So he's like in this church in Kenosha, and he's sitting like up at the top of it, or the front of it. And they of course only have like a dozen other people in the church with him. So it's completely empty. He's wearing a mask. He can barely breathe in the mask because he was breathing heavily the whole time trying to get breath. And he was like, he had the microphone like this. So he was like breathing into the microphone. It was like the creepiest thing in the world. But basically, so I watched it on the live stream on PBS's YouTube channel. They have 2 million subscribers, right? You want to guess how many viewers this live stream had?
Many.
What's that?
How many?
4,000. 4,600. 4,000 people wanted to watch. And over half of they had over half of like the thumbs down. Like, so way more people were thumbs downing it and just trolling in the chat than anything else. And I was like, I almost felt bad for him at some point. And I was starting to feel bad. And then he started talking about how he called Jacob Blake to like comfort him and see how he was doing. And I'm sorry, as a woman who has been, and you've been sexually assaulted too. So we have this in common. It is downright offensive to me that he is calling a R word, because I can't say it because I have to edit it out later, but you know what I mean. Someone who sexually assaults women and giving them comfort. And of course, no one has been talking about the woman involved in this entire thing. It is deeply offensive to me.
I'm actually going to do a video with this good friend of mine who works in politics. She's such a hero of mine, but she was R-worded. And I first met her way before I was doing this stuff, when sort of like after that, all that stuff had happened to me. And she was that at gunpoint when she was young, like the worst scenario of it you've ever heard. And she was telling about how like she's not a victim, she's a survivor, she's overcome this stuff. And like we were talking about how it's always these people who talk about how, oh, I'm a victim because like, someone touched their ass once in a bar, and they act like bigger victims than people who have actually gone through stuff. But no, she's so disgusted by all that she's walking away now. So I'm going to do an interview with her.
Oh, good, because that needs to be like, it is absolute insane. And the way they speak about him, it's like they're like putting him up on this pedestal. I'm like, he was not, he's still alive. Like, he is not a good person. He is not a good person. Right?
I love what his sister is saying, the sister of his victim.
Yeah.
They're like, he was shot 7 times. She was like, it should have been 50.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for him. Sorry, I don't. Probably get banned off YouTube for saying that. YouTube's already messing with my channel as it is. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying this stream, there are 682 of you watching right now. Give it a thumbs up for me. Let YouTube know you like this, because YouTube's been effing with my channel lately, and we need to right the algorithm wrong that they have inflicted on me by wrongly demonetizing a bunch of my content. And I got them to remonetize it, but it totally effed with my channel ever since then. So give it a thumbs up. If you're not subbed, please sub to Mikey's channel too. His channel is linked in the description. And he needs to build his audience more on here.
I sort of took a break from it, but I'm coming back. I have new videos starting this week. I just filmed it, so like it's gonna be good. Subscribe.
And for those of you who have just joined, if any of you are in the Dallas area, Mikey and I are actually going to both be flying to Dallas tomorrow for our walkaway rally this weekend. Let's just pimp this again. We're going to be speaking with shooting. Yeah, well, I don't know if I'm going to bring Mikey. I feel like I'm traumatized about pool parties, to be really honest.
You didn't. But we still never got our pool party.
I know, this pool looks actually like way better though. It's like a rooftop pool. It looks better. Guys, I just chatted the link in if you're in the Dallas area to come to register for the rally. There's nothing, you don't have to pay anything. It's just they'll send you information about it. So Brandon's going to be speaking, David Harris Jr., Dr. Cordy Williams, who is the Marine that gave the awesome speech in California when the lockdowns first started. Shamika's speaking, Blair's speaking, JC from Big Brother is coming. So guys got to come to the rally. You got to show up, because we're flying there just for you. And so you got to show up.
This is amazing. It's like the 3 queens of Walkaway are going to be there. You, Shamika, Blair.
Oh my God.
I can't even handle it.
Oh my God. It's going to be awesome. And they think it's going to be our biggest rally yet. And our one in Beverly Hills, that was what Nick was telling me. They think it's going to be the biggest one. But our one in Beverly Hills was awesome.
Massive.
Like, oh my God, that was the most fun day ever, wasn't it?
Amazing. They've all been great. That's what I feel really happy about. So you guys, when we did our first one, what was it, maybe like a month ago?
Yeah, something like that.
Like a month ago in Baltimore, we did our first one. How many people? We had all of maybe, 50 people there at the
maybe most? Like 100 on a good day. Yeah, it was not that many people there.
And every single one, we've been getting more and more and more. We got 1,000, at least 1,000 in Beverly Hills. We're getting hundreds of people. So and it's not just how many people are coming, but I've really noticed a difference in the crowds that I think people are becoming more emboldened and more empowered and standing taller and speaking up more.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it was so awesome when we were in Beverly Hills, because we kind of drove up in our Uber to where the march was started, and you just get out of the car and you see all these flags all around they were everywhere. And I think the march was probably like a mile, or like the march was a really long march. It was like at least a mile and a half. And, we were walking through West Hollywood, which is, very, it's the gay area in Hollywood. And there were angry people, right? We definitely had people flipping us off and being angry. But we had so many more people that were supporting us.
Every car passing by was like honking the horn, giving thumbs up. People were like standing out of their sunroofs and like cheering us on. It was amazing.
In Beverly Hills, who would have thunk it? So Dallas, we have high expectations for.
So excited.
It's going to be awesome. Smoke Shop Diary said the idea that a guy who assaulted a woman laying next to her, sleeping with a toddler, is canalized by the left, cognitive dissonance. Yeah, I mean, this is the land in which we live in.
Is anyone surprised? There's nothing they can do that would shock me anymore.
No, there really is nothing. I mean, they've reached pinnacle of, and can we talk about Nancy Pelosi for a second? The gall of this woman. Have you been following Haircut Gate? Oh my God. Did you see she came out yesterday. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Nancy Pelosi basically got an illegal haircut and wasn't even wearing her mask, and they released the security footage.
But she can.
Yeah, of course. All the salons in California are still shut down. I think they've only now been given permission to open up for outside haircuts. But Nancy got to call the salon, go into the salon, get her hair done. I think they even talked about it being colored, which they're not supposed to be doing. And she
hair of color.
Oh, wow. And then she like basically like, I mean, she's coming out saying, I was set up. I didn't know it was illegal. You are the Speaker of the House. And it's sad though, because the salon owner is now getting attacked and is getting all these hate messages and needs to like basically move the salon because they've sicked the dogs on them.
It's San Francisco.
In San Francisco. And Nancy's freaking lawyer released a letter today basically saying, well, the salon owner has been giving illegal haircuts and we think her her politics are coming into play and blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh my God, she got caught red-handed. Why can't she just admit it?
She's gone insane. Like, I'll say, maybe I'm in the minority here. I used to actually respect Nancy Pelosi. I thought she was smart and sensible. Do you remember, like, at the beginning, sort of maybe like the first year Trump was in office, it seemed a little more moderate and trying to hold the crazies back a little.
Yeah.
Now she's crazier than any of them.
You know what it was? It was after impeachment was such a colossal failure because she tried to hold back impeachment like as long as she could. She was like the voice of reason. Everyone knew impeachment was a bad idea. Yeah. Like, and they like, here's what pisses me off, because I was still a Democrat when the impeachment thing started, and I actually thought it was worthy of inquiry, honestly. Like, based on that phone call, I was like, you know what, like, you know, whatever. Like, I wanted it to be investigated, but and also after I also thought that they could have made a case for obstruction of justice after the Mueller report. And this is my Democrat brain, guys. This was MSNBC brain. Okay, don't come after me. Whatever. But I actually thought they could. And then when they came out with these like BS impeachment charges, and none of them were even a crime. And like they had access to all this information. They knew they had nothing to work with. Like people like me that were watching MSNBC, like we didn't know. We thought that there was a there, right? But they knew there was no there, and they did it anyway. And as soon as they came out with these charges that had no relationship with a crime, I was like, you know what? Democrats are screwing it up again. And that was really when I started to kind of like change my mind about the Democrats. I was like, if they screw up impeachment, I swear to God.
Everything they've touched has turned to
shit.
Oh, you can say shit. Okay,
well, I don't know if we can, but we you know, we're an hour into the live stream now, so now we've descended. Maddie says the cure to COVID was a fierce blowout.
Maddie, you just reminded me. After all the stuff that happened at the RNC, like a day or two later, I was talking to my dad, and he says to me, he's like, "Oh, did you see what they did to RuPaul? It's terrible. Like, were you walking with RuPaul?" And I'm like, "Was I walking with RuPaul? What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, did you see they attacked RuPaul at the same time?" I'm like, "Oh my God, Dad, Rand Paul."
Your dad's older. Come on, give your dad a break.
Oh yeah, he's like Flintstones.
Uncle Snippy says, "Please come to Columbus." We go where they tell us, man. Yeah. Mikey and I are just soldiers in this particular battle. We go where they tell us.
I really want to do a New York one though, because I want to have a big barbecue for everyone at my house. I've got like a big backyard.
I would do a New York one.
Ribs. I make the best homemade barbecue sauce.
Well, now that you've offered, we should do one just because.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Well, yeah, you're coming to stay with me after all this.
Gizmon says, "Hey, love you both, amazing, beautiful souls. Let them hate, just keep spreading love. We're trying." And that's one of the things too about the rallies that I don't think like ever can really come across in like video or pictures, and why all of you need to come to one of the rallies and experience it. They are so positive. You feel so good when you're there, right?
Yes, it's amazing. That was one of the very shocking things to me initially when I sort of first dipped my toe in, when I was slowly first taking that red pill, that I went to an event with a bunch of like conservative speakers and stuff, and I was shocked by two things. By one, how diverse the crowd was, every race, every sexual orientation, everything, and how nice everyone was. It's funny because I've always said, like, my entire life when I was a liberal, never, ever, ever, ever fit in with the gay community. And so it's odd that, like, I've found that sort of acceptance that I never had in the most unlikely of places.
Oh, dude, I feel the same way, and because I never fit in either with any of my like friends. I always felt like the black sheep, and then to be in of all places like the conservatives. This is where I can fit in. It's a total mind f. Like nothing has ever messed with me before. I swear.
And we're the two who are like, we're not even conservatives.
Yeah, we're not even concerned, but they still love us and they welcome us and we hang out and it's all good. Yeah, it was the same thing for me at the Trump rally. Was like so like and it's New Hampshire. So New Hampshire is not a diverse state by any stretch of the imagination. There was so much diversity at the Trump rally that I went to, but then also at CPAC. There was so much diversity at CPAC. I never Yeah, exactly. VJ says, please come to Tucson. We're not coming to Tucson. We are going to Phoenix. I had to figure out tomorrow. I'm figuring out which ones I'm doing because I feel like I should miss one at some point, but because I feel bad. Yeah. I feel bad. I'm like been asking my roommate to watch my dog every week, so I feel a little bad. Well, let me just go through the ones that they have. So Dallas is this week. Charleston, South Carolina is next week. I'm not, unfortunately, going to be able to go to Charleston because I have something in Maine I need to do. So you will have to hold down Charleston, South Carolina. I know I'm taking a week off, Mikey. I feel like I should at some point, but I can't say no. I'm not even taking a week off because I'm going to speak at a rally in Maine, in like Augusta, Maine. So if any of you are in Maine, come to. It's like a Trump rally in Maine that someone asked me to come speak at. So it's in Augusta. It's on the 12th. So for any of you in Maine, come to Augusta on the 12th, and I will be there. Tampa is on the 19th. I definitely want to go to that one because I actually have like it's so funny the people that you connect with sometimes doing this. There is a guy that I like. He was one of the neighbor kids growing up, and he was always friends with my brother. But he like we kind of like he became kind of like the bully in high school, and I didn't really like him in high school, and like we were like arch enemies for a while. But we've reconnected, and he's like so happy that I'm doing the Trump stuff. He's like so excited about it, and he lives in Tampa, so I'm definitely going to Tampa. Sorry, let me turn my air conditioner off. It's being noisy. That's okay. Let's see. We got a super chat here. Nora says, totally, walk away is the new punk rock, Trump 2020. I mean, and that's exactly it. I feel like she said, rock away is the new punk rock, Mikey. Oh, yeah, Nora. And that's like, I feel like this is like the counterculture. Like we didn't get to have counterculture in the 60s. This becoming a conservative is a new counterculture. It is. I mean, if you're on the same page as every corporation and every media outlet, you ain't counterculture. Mm-mm. And then they don't have anything scheduled for the 26th so far of September, but that's because on October 3rd is the big one in DC, the Unsilent March. So everyone has to come to DC if you aren't at any of these other ones. And then there's one in Nashville, there's one in Phoenix, and there's one in Omaha. Right now, at least. I want to do one in New York. Well, then we should organize one in New York. Maybe we could do one in New York on the 26th. Good. I want to have a barbecue for you guys. Well, I don't know if we can just plan rallies around when you want to have a barbecue, Mikey. You haven't been to one of my barbecues. That's all I got to say. Brittany says, cinnamon, I never really... barbecue sauce. You might have just won me over with the cinnamon. I'm a big fan of anything with cinnamon. Mint onions in it. Oh my God. I never fit in anywhere either. You guys make more sense to me than anyone. Who would have thunk it? Patrick, thank you for the super chat. You didn't put any text in, but here, I'll show you your picture. Thank you. And then Charm says, welcome to the big tent. We don't put people in boxes or dole out treats to pit groups against each other. Yay. That's right. Actually, somebody pointed that out to me with my RNC video that it hadn't even occurred to me, but that like, they didn't mention me being gay. It wasn't anything. I wasn't there to be like some token like Democrats do to make you into like just a walking demographic. Like, I think that was really cool. I thought that was really cool as well. But what I loved about an individual, you're allowed to be a person without necessarily identifying as a group. Who would have thunk it? And then Glenn Beck mentioned you on his show. He did. He said he called me the skinny kid with holes in his ears. They're not holes. They're like normal piercings. No, I have big holes in my ears. Mine are actually holes. You can't really see them right now. Hang on. Ah. I've never noticed.
Oh, I thought they were like mine. I like those.
No, these are actually legit plugs. Yeah. Sometimes they fall out, and that's.
Yeah, I want to go and come back.
Well, he talked about you. Who knows? Maybe he'll have you on.
I was like, skinny kid with holes in his ears loves you.
You should. Mikey, what else do we need to talk about?
I wish that there were like more people that we've spoken with that we hate, so we could talk shit about them. But everyone's so cool with our rallies.
Yes.
Everyone's fucking awesome.
Except for the Black Lives Matter people. We just don't really like we don't like them, but we do like them. No, Novi, I see your super chat, but you've mentioned our friend Kyle, and I'm not gonna put my channel in jeopardy, my friend. I'm sorry. I agree with you, but I'm not putting my channel in jeopardy by showing that on the screen.
Isn't that ridiculous that you even need to like?
It's so insane. It's so insane. But it's actually really like Twitter has effed themselves. Like Twitter banned. So this kid's lawyers. It's Lynn Wood and John Pierce. Lynn Wood obviously is like represented the Covington kids, right? He's like basically the best defamation lawyer in the country. And then John seems to be his little protege. And I shouldn't say that, sounds dismissive, but you know what I mean. But Twitter banned the two of them. It locked their accounts. And apparently now Lynn Wood is like pissed and he's going to go after Twitter for banning them.
They're just so out of control. For those of you guys who don't know, I am permanently banned from Twitter. Again, I am officially, I have the title. I am the single most banned person ever on Twitter. I don't know anyone who's permanently banned 3 times.
But you're going to keep fighting it.
I am. I just today got another confirmation from them. Your account will not be restored. They don't even give me a reason. It's just vague. Multiple rules violations. I'm like, forget multiple. Tell me one. So there's an article coming out about it in the Post Millennial next week. I'm interviewing with them when I get off this. So that's really awesome. So hopefully I can draw some attention to it. If you guys feel like tweeting #FreeMikeHarlow, my Twitter handle is/was Mikey the Harlow. It kills me not being able to be on Twitter during all of this, going to the RNC. Trump tweeting video of me tweeting about everything that happened. The election, it kills me to not be on there, but I'm still fighting them.
Oh, looks like we got a little troll in the chat. Boycott the racist Dr. K. Yeah, I'm definitely
so original.
I'm a racist, Joshua. Oh my god.
With no profile picture. They're always
with no profile picture, of course. So guys, please use the hashtag #FreeMikeHarlow. Like yeah, exactly. Whatever. So I mean, honestly though, like you've had such a hard time getting people to kind of like rally around it, and I don't understand. And like you've talked to me because I think you've actually been on this channel twice talking about your Twitter bans. Like after you got banned, and then I think you came on when you got like back on because I was like really excited that they reinstated your account. And you've talked about how hard it is to get people to support you in this once you're banned on Twitter.
Yeah, a lot of people, it's like you have the stain and they don't want to be near it. They don't want to be associated with it. They're so afraid they'll be next. I literally had one very high profile person. I won't say who, but I'm not a fan. I had one, we agree. I had one very high profile free speech, anti-censorship person say it's not on brand for him. He's like, it's not on brand right now to talk about that. And I'm like, and it's not about me. It's not like, this isn't like some vanity thing. I don't even like Twitter all that much, but it's the principle that the line keeps moving. I'm probably also like the most centrist person to ever be banned from Twitter. That line keeps moving. There's going to be nobody left pretty soon. Nearly everybody who was influential to me in changing my mind in the last election is gone now. And we need to start fighting and making a big deal over every single person who gets banned.
And it's just... Go ahead.
Oh, go on.
No, I was gonna say, and it's fucking ridiculous to me. Yeah, God, this stream is never getting monetized ever. No, but it's crazy to me that people don't support you because it's so short-sighted. It's like you could literally be next, and do you want no one around supporting you? Like, I frankly would not be upset if my Twitter got banned because I hate it. I really do. The only reason I'm keeping up with Twitter is because, it's like a little bit of a love-hate relationship. I have to be honest. Yeah. I get a lot of my news on Twitter, but at the same time, I would not be upset. The reason I'm keeping up with my Twitter right now is because I do actually want to write another book at some point, and having that as one of the things I can put in the dang book proposal will be beneficial. That's really the only reason I keep up with it, but I hate it.
Well, it's just for me that like I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say that I know who said it wasn't on brand, and I just want to say that he might wear a hat, though dissimilar to our hats.
Oh, I was only being vague for your sake, but fuck that guy.
Like we said, me, you, and Adam are the only authentic people on the internet. We're the only ones.
Nope.
Bad Dad said, I can spread some hate for the sake of confab. I don't know what that means, but sure.
What's confab?
I don't know.
Are we like not down? Wait, I'm gonna look this up. Fabulous conservatives?
I don't know. There's like a confab conference, but that's from another lifetime for me. I doubt that has anything to do with it. I don't fit in either. I believe in creationism and evolution at the same time. Okay.
Nice.
You do you, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. We don't judge here.
There's a place of free thought.
Free thought. Let's see. I just want to get some of the other super chats in. Bad Dad, Dr. K, and MH are both beautiful people. Free Mike Harlow. Yay.
Aw, thank you. I bet you're a good dad.
Yes, I bet you're fine. Our little troll sent in a super chat. Lol, just needed one. Lol, you're spreading. Oh, he's not a real troll. Okay, Joshua, we apologize. It's like a reflex sometimes. It's like I can't help it, you know? Saying he's spreading awesome message. Check out the video of Minnesota governor the Minnesota governor getting arrested?
Wait, what?
What?
I'm looking this
Mikey,
up.
you figure out what's going on.
I'm looking it up. I'm on it.
Oh, Grady says I got banned for 24 hours for a post about Brandon getting attacked for being gay. What?
He just told me that right before I came on. I was like brushing my teeth. Isn't that insane? I'm so pissed off. Yeah, I'm gonna post and everything. That's insane. So Brandon posted a thing, like one of the many messages he got saying the word that I shouldn't say, I guess.
Yeah.
All like anti-gay slurs. And Grady was now suspended from Facebook for sharing it.
Oh my God.
They don't want people to know the truth. They don't want people to know what this cult is really like.
This is actually,
and Grady's our boy. He's amazing and we love him. So
it blows my mind that this is the timeline that we're living in. Honestly, like at least once a day, I kind of think to myself, I'm like, is this real? This can't be real. This is ridiculous. This can't be real. I was a psychologist 6 months ago, just like at a quiet little practice, like doing trainings. Like, how is this real life? I just don't even know. It's
insane.
Maddie says, if Twitter keeps on banning people, that's all that's going to be left is two feminists screaming at each other because one accidentally got a boyfriend. Maddie, I love you. You're my favorite, I think.
I love him. He's the best.
Oh my God. You guys are sending in so many super chats. Thank you so much. Mikey, we got to do it on your channel. We got to use some super chats.
Yes.
Gotta give you more super chats if you're going to get demonetized. Damn the man.
I wish we had more people to talk shit about.
I know. We really don't. Like, we're pretty boring, honestly. Yeah.
I know.
David says, hey, cool kids, do you think that the Republican Party has changed forever, or will we see it back to their old ways when the Dems de-crazy? I think that's a good question. Honestly, I think a lot of it depends on if Trump wins.
Yes.
I really do.
That is the worst potential outcome, is if he loses and the Republicans view this as a one-time aberration and let's go right back to how things were, back to George Bush and Dick Cheney and Mitt Romney and John McCain. No.
Yeah. And the thing of it is, too, is if Trump loses, not only are the Republicans going to go back to what it was, it's also going to be that the Democrats are not going to go back from the crazy. They're going to be emboldened by defeating it. And so that's like the nightmare. Like, Trump has to win. And this is really when I started being more of like a Trump supporter. Let's just say Trump has to win. He has to.
And also the other thing that I can't live with is if he doesn't win, is that there will be no consequence to the media, to Democrats, to all of them for lying to us the way that they have been, for terrorizing us, for destroying the mental health of this country as they have done for years now. For there to be no consequences to that is just so unacceptable to me. That can't happen. It can't happen.
I completely agree. But at the same time, I'm actually terrified of what's going to happen. And we're not going to know the result of the election on election night. But I'm terrified of what election night is going to look like, because Trump is going to win on election night. He's going to, because like the Republicans are going to go out and vote in person, right? And so the results on election night are going to look like Trump wins. The only way Biden wins is if they mess with the mail-in votes.
Which is what's going to happen. They're already saying he won't concede if he loses. It's insane. They're already running scenarios for it. Like, that's the thing. This needs to be a landslide in the popular vote just as much as the electoral. If you're in a place like California or New York and think your vote doesn't matter, vote. Go vote. There's no losing the popular vote this time. That can't happen.
No, we need everyone to go. And you need to go vote in person.
Yes. It's going to need to be such a landslide for him to even have a chance.
Or if you don't vote in person, like, guys, there's a difference between mail-in voting and absentee voting. There is a difference. Get an absentee ballot if you really can't vote in person. Like in New Hampshire, I can request an absentee ballot. It's different. So please, 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 please vote, vote, vote. We need Trump to win.
My bestie texted me, Frank Camp, that he's watching us. He loves you, Karlyn. He's amazing. Frank. I'm so pissed that he moved to. Oh wait, but he's in Arizona, so maybe we'll see him.
Oh,
you love him. He's just like the greatest person in the world.
I might try to go if we go to Phoenix. I might try to go out there early and go to Sedona for a couple days. You should come too. We'll get like a nice Airbnb in Sedona. Sedona is beautiful. It's like chill. Oh, like we should do this. We should get an Airbnb for a couple days before Phoenix.
Frank, come with us.
Yeah, we'll have a little party. It'll be fun. Be like a little mini vacation, a little reprieve from all this insanity.
Boy, do we need it.
Oh my God. I'm taking I don't even care if the cruise lines aren't running after the election. I'm going on a cruise. I will go somewhere to get on a goddamn cruise.
Go to Bahamas. Yeah, can we have like a Hawaii rally or something? A Bahamas rally?
I want a Bahamas rally. Kay says, Mexican in Mexico rooting for Trump, pro-wall, and love your corporate culture analysis. Oh, thank you. I need to, there's a couple more corporate culture things I've got in the hopper. It's dangerous and you're fighting the good fight. The corporate culture stuff is insane. I get emails every single day from people whose companies are going into this stuff, and it's just like absolutely terrifying. And guys, if you are not following Real Chris Rufo on Twitter, he's a journalist. He's been on Fox News a couple times talking about this too. He has uncovered all these government documents about how much the government is investing in our taxpayer dollars in this critical race theory, anti-racist training nonsense for government employees. And he's called for an end. And he's called for Trump to basically issue an executive order to say no more critical race theory. And I think it's a really good idea. Let's see. I just want to get through a bunch of these super chats. Dr. K and Mike, while we may not agree on all issues, welcome to you both. The water is warm. Please jump in.
Woo!
We'll be jumping in for a pool party.
Get in my little swimmies.
Oh my God. I'm going to have to bring a bathing suit. Ugh.
Yes.
Just for you, Mikey.
I love
Only
you.
For you.
Look so I'm actually wearing my bathing suit right now. It's super cute.
Oh my God. Those are the shortest shorts ever.
Well, it's a swimmy suit. Like, that's super cute, right? Oh, shit. I'm going to fall. Wait, this is on wheels. Shit. I got this.
You good?
We're good.
You sure?
We're good.
Okay.
I'm good.
I love you.
I feel like these things don't happen on like the Rubin Report.
No, this definitely did not happen on the Rubin Report. Elizabeth said, love you both so much. I'm a psychotherapist, live in a whole NPC town. I'm sorry. Elizabeth, if you ever want to come, and if you're a psychotherapist, I'm about to start looking for therapists to come and have conversations with me and Howard about Trump derangement syndrome. So reach out to me, girl. I'll bring you on the channel. Video posted a probable location of Antifa housing in Portland, located on property owned by the city. City of Portland Health Housing Rose Antifa. Well, no one was surprised. No one was surprised. Joshua says, lawyer V, I don't know how to pronounce his name, broke down the body cam footage amid the Viva Frey, that shows it going down. My bad, it was a mare. Okay.
Oh.
Everyone needs to Pokemon Go to the polls. Yes.
Remember that?
God. And Christopher said,
Karlyn?
"What's that? Pokemon Go?"
To the poll. You don't know that? You never saw that?
No.
Oh my God, you got to watch it right now. You never saw that in the last election when Hillary Clinton was like, I wish we could Pokemon go to the polls.
Oh my God. That woman is insane. And Christopher
I still like her better than Biden.
At least she's all well, I think she's all there. Last
Compared
time I heard
to him, yeah.
Like I would take Hillary over Biden, but I would
take her over
him.
him.
Because she's at least cognizant. Biden is not cognizant.
She can do the job.
Yes. And hate her as we may, but she could do the job. She could be functional.
And she can, in very rare moments, push back against the real crazy left. He's just like, they've got their hand right up his ass going like this.
That's what that speech looked like today, to be honest.
Oh, I can't wait to watch it.
Christopher says, gay Latino for Trump here. Yay! All right, Mikey, it's 6:30. You got an interview to do. I got a laundry to do, my friend, because we're getting on a plane and going to Dallas tomorrow. And I expect everyone in the greater Dallas area to be at the rally on Saturday, bright and early, because if we're getting up early and flying across the country, you have no excuse.
Yes. Come, we can't see you. I can't wait. I'm just so excited to go to Texas.
It's gonna be awesome.
We should go tomorrow. We should go shopping for boots.
We can go shopping for boots. I kind of want to get a hat. I want a cowboy.
I want a hat too. Let's get a hat. And I want like a bandana.
Yeah. Joshua was telling me to get cowboy boots. He was like, yo, you look great in cowboy. I'm like, not effing wearing cowboy boots. You would look good in cowboy boots. You always wear shorts.
I know. I kind of think that would look cute. It's just annoying because like I've never found cowboy boots that fit.
Mikey, you could pair of chaps as well. I think you would look very handsome in chaps. I do.
Like assless chaps?
I mean.
Or are those different?
I don't know if they're different. Aren't all chaps assless? I mean, isn't that the point? It's like you wear pants under them, like then that makes them not. I don't know. I don't know how chaps work.
Oh, that could be.
I think it'd be funny. We can at least try a pair on you and then take a picture.
Like I don't know. My ass ain't in the best shape right now. Like, oh God, before this quarantine.
Wear a pair of pants, Mikey. Jesus.
Before this quarantine, like, oh my God, you could have bounced a dime off my ass. Wow. And now it's like, doesn't exist. It's like, it's just like disappeared.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
Guys, who like type in Y into the chat if you want to see Mikey in a pair of chaps.
No, type F.
We're doing no. We'll see. No. Do you have anything else we need to talk about before we go get ready? Oh yeah, we're getting lots of Y's, Mikey. People
lots of F's.
Yes,
F's.
Yes,
F.
Y.
I hate you guys.
2 dash times 9. If I had to put on a bathing suit to have a pool party, you can put on a pair of chaps.
Cute in your bathing suit.
We'll see.
What do you think of maybe this shirt with like short shorts, cowboy boots, a bandana, and a cowboy hat?
I think that would be perfect.
This shirt cool. Okay, maybe. I like that.
I think so.
I'm like running out of outfits for these things.
I know. I'm gonna bring that scarf to you though. That could actually work too. That looks kind of cowboy if you tie it in the right way.
I love you so much. Yes, she got me like a Cher Clueless sort of yellow plaid
90s.
So excited.
It's very 90s. It's been sitting in my closet and I never wear it. So I was like, this is finding a new home of someone who will appreciate and love this.
I'm really waiting for this for an event when it's not as hot that I can wear. My mom gave me the most epic scarf. I got to show this to you. It's okay. It's like bigger than I am.
Guys, while Mikey's getting his scarf, give us a thumbs up if you like this conversation. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I want to hit 100,000 by election day. All right, Mikey's back with the scarf. Maybe. Let's see. Oh, that's a good scarf. That is a good scarf. That's a really good scarf.
How badass is this shit, right?
You need like a newsboy hat too, like off to the side. Yeah.
Like that's a scarf, right?
That is a scarf. That is a
whole lot of
that is like a project right there.
I'm saving this for when it's like less hot out.
Oh God. Cemetery of Choice says I need big hair for Texas. Maybe we can like frizz my hair up or something for their like it's so funny.
Well, we both have like no hair left.
I know, but
I chopped mine off. Yours is short. I can bring some like Aquanet.
We can make it poof up or something. Brandon knows how to do hair. Brandon can help us figure this out. Apparently.
Does he know? Because he screwed mine up once. He put like a hole in my head.
Oh no! So maybe Brandon doesn't know how to do hair. Maybe that's a bad option.
I think he's in his in the right career path now.
Hopefully he never watches this and knows we talk shit about him.
Well, he should say it was already a messed up haircut.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well,
can I tell you what happened, by the way? Real quick.
Yes. Keep going.
So I used to have like the best guy ever cutting my hair. He was amazing. Mm-hmm. And then he found my social media and I literally made an appointment and he texted me when I was like on my way there. That's like, I won't cut hair for a Nazi. So it took me years to find someone once again who I like cutting my hair. So I finally found one and I just noticed the other day he started following me on Instagram. No. I blocked him. But now I'm like, now I need to make an appointment and I'm like, I don't know what's worse, him seeing my page or me blocking him. I can't lose him. I can't lose him. This is a cute haircut, right?
How do you know he's a Democrat?
Because his page is all like and he's said things while I'm like was cutting my hair. He said things like he's like Hispanic or something, and he was like, I am a person of color in America. I could be killed at any moment. And I'm just like, thanks, sure, totally. Cut my hair.
Just keep him blocked and make your appointment. I keep him blocked.
Keep him blocked though, right?
Yeah, maybe he won't notice.
Hopefully not.
And you can just play it off. Be like, oh, I deleted my account. I don't really use it anymore.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Should I block the barbershop too?
I'd probably be safe.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Do it right now. These are the important life questions that we need to deal with, guys. These are critical.
We're here for the important issues. I'm blocking them.
All right, I gotta go do some laundry, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me. You guys subscribe to my channel. I know it's like very out of date, but that's gonna change very soon.
Please go subscribe to his channel. And maybe we can do a stream on your channel and get some people together.
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I will see you tomorrow, Mike. Yeah, getting like 1 o'clock. I will see you then and we'll go shopping.
And swimmies and guns and all of it.
And all of it. Al Dente is going to take us off the stream. Says, I have a killer COVID joke, but there's a 99% chance he won't get it.
Can I steal that for the rally?
I think you should. All right,
Al Dente, I'm stealing your joke. I hope you don't mind.
Thank you for hanging out. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Have a good night, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Love you. Bye.